Hello everybody, this is Kathy, and let me scoop that up. Alright, I have, I think, 27 layouts that I did with my How to Kill a Kit with Style. I have loads of paper in my kit, and I couldn't decide. This one is one of the last layouts that I did, and this is Briley and Braxton when they were little. I think Briley's around 3. I need to ask, but I played along with the photo, used my scraps, and used the last 2 rub-ons that I was going to use. I layered up the stickers. There is a head underneath here, and I kind of put stickers over it. Use the fishies and Hello Summer. I did get these out of my stash. Everything else was in my kit. I used quite a bit of washi tape. Alright, this one, I used this Cars background paper because he is in his car. This is Lukey, and I used washi tape just a little bit, and then I used some of the black thickers around. Tucked a tag that was on my desk. Alright, this one is kind of fun. I used up the last of the arrows, used some washi tape, and then used the rest of the stars, and then used the word today, and just pulled out, used this ephemera, and wrote down here, Lukey, I love your smile. So, alright, this one was kind of funny. I just kind of used this background paper. I gutted the wood grain paper, used a close to my heart 4x6, and just kind of made a cluster on down. I took pictures of Lukey using the Snapchat filter. Alright, this one was a fun grid to do. I brought in the wood grain that I gutted, and just to bring out this photo. And my daughter babysits little Izzy, and they're like best friends. And Lukey loves monster trucks, so I used this on his page and titled it Best Buddies. This one I used, it's not in my kit, but it was from Punched Out Thursday, and I used some scraps from my hip kit. There is a process video for this one. This one I used not all of them, but a lot of those stickers on that little 3x5 card. And then I used up the rest of these that were on the sticker sheet and made a horizontal design. This is Lukey. He likes to get in Mama's chair and where Papa sits. He will get up there and start giggling. So I just kind of combined 3 photos, named it Seat Snatcher. Okay, this one is of Lukey with my little puppy Reagan. And I just used scraps, and I used a lot of the Chamel dots to go with the close to my heart paper, and put Hello Friend. And he loves playing with Reagan. Alright, this one was, there is a process video for it. It's how to kill your scraps with style. I used scraps, and then I made a shaker pocket out of that. And this is where I pop dotted this strip here over on top of the blue one and made it work. I did use these huge brads, and I used washi tape. I really got into using washi tape this month. Alright, this one's kind of fun. I did some layering with my scraps. Seriously happy. Lukey is such a happy child. Used to rub on here and the stars from Chamel's thickers that go with these. And then I punched out circles and then layered. Alright, this one is Braxton for his 10th birthday, and I used a lot of the Close to My Heart paper. Used another word. Happy 10th birthday. Used my border punch and just used the awesome sticker. Okay, this one is of Lane, and it's an Ag Day. And I used this sticker sheet, the arrow, got out my thickers and used these stars. And these were all scraps in my kit. Alright, this one I used scraps again. And date with my mom at Taco Bell. Taco Bell used 3 brads underneath the title. And I love how this one turned out. They're all kind of simple, but I'm glad I got them documented. This one I used the whole entire pack. There's a video for this one. Love how this one turned out. Okay, this one was for Punched Out Thursday. I used my dies and my circle punch and my Creative Memory stars. And then I used a lot of the circle epoxy. Captain Underpants, because Lane has his underpants on top of his head. Alright, here's where I used the old basic gray, and I just cut strips off of the other 2 sheets. I have layered a bunch of labels there. Sweet Cool Kid. And then I cut this ephemera piece in half and put it down here too. He loves to ride his bike. Alright, this one I used Close to My Heart. And I brought in some ephemera, used some trees. And this was on Ag Day, just a different year. And yeah, named it Awesome. I love doing 2 different clusters. Alright, this one, okay, this one I used up quite a bit of my, this is when I was just starting to use the paper, and I cut them, and that's how I got scraps. I used some of Paige Evans' wood veneer, used that rubber thing, used the letters hanging out. Yeah, I love how this one turned out too. This one I cut into the pattern paper and used strips. And then I did some mixed media on the background. I don't very often do mixed media on my layouts. I do on Fridays for Mixed Media Frenzy, but other than that, I don't know if I'm lazy or what it is, but I love how this one turned out. I used lots of layers behind my photo. Alright, another pool one. I had these letters out for Pool Boy. I thought the stripe paper went really well with the raft, the circle donut that he used. I used rub-ons up here, used the banners. I really love how this one turned out too. Alright, another pool. I used the letters Jump and the rub-on Play and Splash, and then layered a bunch of the little tabs. And I love how I tore this. I used a rub-ons here. I love how this turned out. I love creating layouts with fresh kit in the beginning of the month. I think I have more of a, what am I trying to say? More of a, creative mind in the beginning of the month. All right, here's another one that I love how it turned out. I just used a bunch of washi tape strips, a tag, a lot of ephemera that I had in my kit, wood veneer, epoxy, and then I used a rub-on over here. I love how this one turned out too. Okay, this one was done for Punched Out Thursday, and I used squares and layered them, and then used a bunch of, this is the first layout I used all these little tags and arrows. And I love how this one turned out too. There is a process video for this one. All right, here's one that I did for Stampin' Saturday. I stamped on my layout, and then I embellished it with the strips. It just kind of made a little horizontal, or not, vertical design. And then I tore these papers and put on the side, used a rub-on here. There is a process video for this one. Use brads. All right, this one was using my How to Kill a Kit with Style. These were photos done in, I think, 2019. Used a lot of the ephemera. And Cool is from an old, oh, I can't think of the line. I can't ever find it, but anyway, I cut out the title, and I love this one too, rounding my edges and layered papers. Okay, this one I used my Close to My Heart tag die and used 3 tags, and then used the title for One of a Kind. This is Lane Sitting on My Porch. Used a lot of the stars. Okay, and this one, I am thinking there's a video for this one. I used some of the buttons, brads, layered 3 tags, tore my paper up here, and used the word adventure. This is me and Lane. Okay, these are not from my How to Kill a Kit, but I wanted to share with you this layout. There's a process video, and this is from Mixed Media Frenzy. And I stamped a lot of these flowers ahead of time, and then just used them with, and then stamped my title, then layered these. Here's one that I used for Punched Out Thursday. I used my leaf dies and made a wreath around Briley's photo. There is a process video for this. This one was for Mixed Media Frenzy, and mine was more like a simple design. I used a lot of the cut-aparts, and I used Vicki Boutin and her ephemera and some vellum, and then did some mixed media. All right, this one was for Stretch the Sketch for the month of August, and I used a lot of my Jen Hatfield, and then I used my Close to My Heart stamp. There is a process video for this one. This one is for Mixed Media Frenzy. I love how this one turned out. I did my background paper and then cut them into squares, and I distressed them just to give a lot of dimension to my layout. Okay, this one was for the collective. I used the whole stamp pad for this, and cut my scraps and made some flags. This is Lily playing at the park, and then I just brought in a cluster down. There is a process video for this one. All right, this one was for Friday's Mixed Media Frenzy, and again, there is a process video for this one. I hope you get some inspiration off of my layouts and screenshot them, scrap lift. That is what this is all about, and you all take care. Bye-bye.